Hi, I'm Liz, and we're going to make an easy overnight cinnamon roll in a bun pan. So we're going to go through the ingredients that we need, and the first supply we need is a bun pan, and there will be no springform pans used. You will completely regret it. That's for you, Gail. So a bundt pan, make sure that it's well sprayed, non-stick, or greased, however you need it so it doesn't stick. The next ingredient is frozen dinner rolls. These are not gluten-free. I have not found gluten-free dinner rolls like this, but these are just frozen dinner rolls. They have the yeast in them, so they do need to rise. That's why they're overnight. I have a half a cup of brown sugar, 3 ounces of instant vanilla pudding, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, 1 stick of butter that's going to be melted, 1 cup of the Nutorious Ooh La La Original Nuts. And then if you choose to put a cream cheese frosting, I have probably a good 2 tablespoons of cream cheese, half a cup of powdered sugar, and up to a cup of milk. It'll all depend on the consistency you want for that. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you want to do with your non-stick or greased or buttered or sprayed bundt pan is put 12 to 18 of the frozen rolls along the bottom. So all you do is just place them down there. Take your half cup of brown sugar and your tablespoon of cinnamon. We're just going to kind of mix that in a little bit. And then we simply just sprinkle this evenly over those rolls. So kind of just get that mixed in. Sometimes these recipes just call for your hands, so I am going to just use my hands. Not so bad. Okay, so there we go. Got our cinnamon and brown sugar on there. Next, we take our 3 ounces of instant vanilla pudding, and we're just going to sprinkle that over the top. Just keep it even. Nothing too fancy or technical about it. I usually make these at night before I go to bed, so then they can just rise in the cold oven overnight. And then I have 1 cup of the Nutorious Ooh La La Original Nuts. You can put more or less in, whatever you want. Just adds a nice flavor. And chop them up just a little bit, not a lot, but just enough that it's not so hard to eat. I actually got a recipe from a friend of mine when I got married. It's monkey bread, and this is kind of what inspired the cinnamon rolls. So I had different ingredients for it, but it's the same kind of application as this recipe that I got. Don't know where it originated from, but I got it from my friend Carrie. So I'm just going to chop a couple more of these up. That's pretty good, actually. Now all I'm going to do is put these over the top evenly. Yeah, everybody that tries this Nutorious nut mix, no matter what flavor, it seems like everybody just loves it. Okay, so there we go. We've got everything on except for the butter. So I have melted butter. I just microwaved it for 20-25 seconds. Just drizzle it over the top. And just as evenly as you can get it. There we go. We'll keep the rolls nice and moist so they don't dry out in the oven. And then simply place it in your cold oven in the evening. You want it for breakfast. And then in the morning, you set your temperature for 375. You don't have to preheat. You just Turn the oven on 375 for 20 to 25 minutes until it's nice and golden brown on the top. And we'll be back in a minute. Okay, so we let it sit for a couple of minutes. If you let it sit too long, it's probably going to start to conform to the pan a little bit too much and stick a little too much. So I wouldn't let it sit for more than 5 minutes. Take a plate, put it on the top. I'm just going to flip it over. Hopefully it'll come right out real easy. It's not really warm yet. And there we go. Some nice, some yummy stuff on the bottom. But here is kind of a cinnamon roll, pull-apart bread. Now, I also mixed up together about 2 tablespoons of cream cheese, a half a cup of powdered sugar, and it's really only 1/8 of a cup of milk. And I got a nice drizzly consistency, so I'm going to put this over the top. And I'm not a real fancy person, so it might look more messy. You're not going to be hiring me at some bake shop anytime soon. There we go. That looks pretty good though. Now I'm going to let it cool for a couple more minutes before I try it because I don't want to burn my mouth. There we go. Okay, the nice part about these cinnamon rolls is you usually don't have to cut it. You can usually just pull it apart. So I'm going to just grab a little piece here and pull it right onto my plate. Now if you want to use your fingers, go ahead. If you want to use a fork, you can do that too. It gets a little sticky. But you can see the roll and all the topping on there. My favorite part is the topping. I'm going to take a bite. It's really yummy. Really nice brunch treat or breakfast. Great alternative to breakfast donuts for sure. So I hope you enjoy.